Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so excited that you're here tonight, and I am super excited to introduce you to this couple and for all of us to get to hear the details of their story. I'm Nikki McCutchen, by the way. I will be your host, and just know that whoever invited you to the call tonight must really care about you to want you to know about this technology. We are literally watching it change lives just constantly. I got an amazing testimonial from someone earlier today, and that's what we're going to hear tonight. And so we're just truly blessed to be a part of a company that's really helping people, touching their lives and making a difference. And so we truly are blessed to get to do this and be a part of this. And so we're going to start with our medical disclaimer. All of our discussion tonight will be for informational and educational purposes only. All the products that we discuss are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you are on medications or have medical conditions or are pregnant or nursing, just like with embarking on any new health regimen, diet, or fitness program, please make sure to check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first. And with that, I am super excited to introduce you to Joe and Heather, and they are just some really fun people. This is the first time I finally got to meet Joe. We were joking earlier. I just, heard so many good things about Joe, and Heather's just so kind to speak well of her husband, and I just love that about them, and so about Heather in particular. And so anyway, just truly a blessing and a joy to get to introduce you to them tonight. And so with that, I'm going to bring Heather and Joe on, and you all are more than welcome to, start wherever you want to, whoever wants to start, and just tell us how you got introduced to the technology. What was it about it that made you decide to start using it, and the results that you have seen since?
Thank you for having us on. Um, how we got started was you. We were meant to meet. We attended a woman's event at a mutual friend's house. And I had noticed somebody wearing a patch, and I started asking you more and more questions and started doing the research. We met. I brought it home to my husband because he is amazing and willing to try all of the stuff that I am always like, we need to try this, we need to do this. But even before that, we started on a journey of eating healthier, cutting out the chemicals in our foods, in our home. So we have been on this journey for just about 2 years now. But really, what brought me to trying the patches was I know that I have low hormones. I grew up in trauma, so the past few years I've really been learning about how that trauma stays in our body. And I was having major problems with inflammation and pain and joint pain. And as I have done majority of my life, I just kept going and just like, it's no big deal. I'll just take some more Advil, whatever I need to do to feel better. And then I brought it home to my husband, also known as the professor. So if people out there on social media, it's a whole joke, it's a whole thing. And We started doing the research, and we were like, let's give it a try and see what this does. So I started noticing, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I actually was not didn't feel good the first couple of days, but I know that that's like a detox thing, and I know my body really needed it. And so we tried it, and within a couple of weeks, we could tell a difference in our energy. I My joints were not hurting me as much, and we kept on. And after a couple of months, we're like, okay, we're really feeling the difference of this, and um, we decided we're going all in, patching up every single day. And this week, I have to admit, I did miss a couple of days and was like, gosh, I don't feel good. I'm tired. I really ache. as soon as I put on the patches this morning, I have energy again. My joints are not aching, and I will not make that mistake of forgetting the patches again. So, and I mean that's really it. I mean, what about?
The effects they're subtle, but they're real. And so, I feel like I have more energy, more focus, more alertness. And it's yeah, it's a very noticeable thing, but it sometimes you have to sometimes you sort of forget that you're wearing them, but then like Heather said, on days if you forget to wear it, then you notice the difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. And how long have you guys been wearing them?
6 months now.
Yeah.
6 months. The one I feel the most with is one of the things I'm learning is that everybody's body's different, and where you wear the patches. So I've been learning a lot about where you're putting the patches, and a patch that may work for him on his lower back does not necessarily work for me. So it's really about listening to your body and just the way your body's feeling. That I've had a lot of problems because I've been in postmenopause for several years. So just with even my eating and having cravings and stuff. And I notice a big difference in my cravings if I'm wearing the SP6. I
Mhm.
notice a difference, and that's helping with my hormones. And the glutathione, that is a big thing for me. And I have learned that people that like me that grew up in trauma and stuff, that our body is actually, with all the high cortisol and inflammation and stuff, that our body is actually lacking glutathione.
Mm.
So that truly has made a huge impact on me, and again on my inflammation and getting my cortisol down.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. What a great tip. Like, for people in trauma or have gone through trauma, it does cause your glutathione levels to drop. So I didn't know that. So that's just a really valuable piece of information. So that's fantastic. I love the SP6 just like you. Totally curbs my cravings. I know it doesn't necessarily do that for everyone, like you're saying. Everybody's body's different. But that SP6 has absolutely changed what I eat for sure. And so that's been a really huge blessing as well. So I love that. Joe, do you want to share anything about some recent test results that you've had?
So my PSA, that's prostate specific antigen levels, they've been climbing for like the past 15 years. And because that can be an indicator of prostate cancer, I had to have a biopsy about 10 years ago, and then a couple of years ago it jumped up again, and I had to have an MRI. So it was the number, for those of you familiar with what the scale here, the number was more than 7, like 7.2. So they did the MRI, and so there was no cancer. But then just a couple months ago, I had it checked again, and it had declined. It was 5.5. So it was the first time, in all the time that it had been tested, that it declined by quite a lot.
Yeah,
And
from
so,
7. It was at 7 the last time you had it checked to 5.5.
yes.
It was at 7.2
Okay.
and dropped down to 5.5. So that's almost 2 full points. And
That's huge.
we were just ecstatic.
Yeah, because in older men, it just keeps going up, even if there's
Right.
no cancer. And so this was amazing that it should decline.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've been noticing it climbing for over 10 years?
Yes,
Wow.
Then
Yeah.
it took a big jump 2 years ago.
yeah, it took a big. And so they monitor not just the absolute level, but the sort of trend line. And so
Yeah.
when it jumped up, they said, oh yes, we have to have an MRI to make sure it's not
Right.
cancer. But yeah, now it fell, which is amazing.
That's awesome. I'm sure you would prefer to not have to have any more MRIs.
Yeah, yes, that was not a pleasant experience.
Yes, exactly. If we can avoid some of those things, yes, and going down. So just 6 months worth, of use, and that's the amazing thing is this technology is that long-term commitment investment in your health that we don't know how the body's going to use it because this is all about the body and just supporting what's already there. And so that is so it will be so encouraging for so many men to hear that. And I know you guys are just ecstatic to see it actually go down. Because was there anything else that you've been implementing in the last 6 months to a year trying to get that to go down?
Yeah, I've been drinking this soursop tea,
Okay,
which is supposed to be helpful in that way.
awesome.
So yeah, it's not entirely clear what to attribute this to, but
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But that change and that drastic change in such a short amount of time. So hopefully what is like the number supposed to be at? What are they looking for the number to be at?
That's a good question.
oh, I think for what it's worth, I think normal is much lower. Normal is like I think it's like below 3. It's a very low number,
Okay.
but again, the doctors they don't take that completely literally. What they look at more than the absolute number is just the trend over time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, going down, heading
Going down
towards
is good.
3. That's
But
right.
one thing that I have to say, and again, we're all trying to find our path to, whatever's going to help us be healthier as,
Mhm.
we're aging, we're thinking about this. How can we still have an active lifestyle? But what I found interesting when he went to the doctor and like, your levels are down. It wasn't like, what are you doing? How did you get these levels down? There was no questions. So I
Oh,
found that to be
interesting.
very intriguing that the
Yeah.
doctor did not ask, "What are you doing? How did this happen?" He just was like, "Well, just keep doing,
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
doing."
See you next year.
Yes. Yes. Well, we need our little super stickers to help us out. That's what I
Yes,
have to say. We will take our super stickers any day.
that is correct. That is
Yes.
correct. And everybody's different and everybody's bodies are different and we're just learning what works for us and um the different patches. I just recently learned about the pancaking of the patches.
Okay. Let me see if I can help you with that. What did you learn? Are the stacking the
Yes,
different patches?
the
Okay.
stacking of the
Okay.
because I had some extra pain and it was recommended that you go ahead just stack it and just after stacking it, putting another one on, the pain was literally gone after 5 minutes. And
Awesome.
one of the things I forgot to say is that I'm very active, do yoga and do all that stuff. But at the first of the year, I was just like my hips and my hip flexors, I was having a lot of pain, and I that pain has subsided considerably. I mean, to the point where before we started patching, it's like I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and figure out because one day we were walking in Costco and my leg just kind of gave out. And Jill was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I'm like, well, my leg just gave out. I might have to go get one of those scooters. I'm apparently I'm having a problem walking." And we're laughing about it, but it was something I was concerned about because it's like,
Absolutely.
okay, I'm
Abs-
still young to be having hip problems or anything like that.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Would you all mind sharing how young you are with us?
I am 56
I'm 65.
Okay, awesome. And which patches are you guys using?
on an everyday basis, glutathione, the SP6, the 39 or the 49 when we work
Yeah.
out.
Awesome.
Um,
Avon.
an Aeon. I'm not again, patches work differently for everybody, but he definitely uses the Aeon 39 or 49. And I try to put a glutathione on him, and several times a week I'll just because of the hormones and the SP6, I'll put that on him a couple of times a week too.
That's
And
awesome.
occasionally I will use the sleep one. What? Silent Nights?
Use this. Okay.
I don't use it all. I'm kind of like reluctant to use anything to help me sleep because I don't want to ever become dependent on something, just for sleep. But sometimes, if it's been a stressful day and I feel like I'm not gonna be able to sleep well, I'll use that and it works really well.
Yeah. And is it
And
your mind is just going, and
yes,
so you feel like you need the help there?
Yes, that's right.
Mhm. Yeah.
and I started using the
Alavita.
Alavita. I started using that one at night, and that helps me because the Silent Night keeps me up at night.
Oh, interesting. Yes, very interesting. Yeah. So just so you know, with the Silent Night, it actually activates the serotonin in your gut. So there's probably some type of gut dysregulation there for you that you may or may not know about, or want to have your functional medicine doctor check that out. But it starts with the serotonin, and then the serotonin turns on the melatonin, which allows you then to sleep. The Silent Night, for me as well, I have dysregulated serotonin in my DNA. And so it never gets to the point of turning on the melatonin. So I actually wear my Silent Night during the day so that I have that
Oh,
extra gut support with the Silent Night. So yeah, and I
I
wear it
might
on the
try that.
ST, yeah, the ST36 spot right below your knee on the outside, just in that spot right there on the right leg on the outside below the knee, ST36. So yes,
I'm
so
gonna
I
try
wear
that
mine during the
tomorrow.
day. Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
definitely try that one. And
Yeah.
we started only a couple of times a week because I don't think he feels it as much, but the uh, uh, creatine one,
The
the
supplement, the
core.
Celergize.
No. Oh, we are doing that. We love that stuff.
Yeah.
That first thing in the morning, you want your drink in the morning. We started doing that. So we love that one. We do that before coffee and everything. The carnosine, that one.
Carnosine. Yeah. Okay.
I could really feel the detox, and because I've always had, again, just because of how I grew up, I've always had gut issues, and really, that's only one I can wear a couple of times a week. That really does its job as well.
Yes, the carnosine. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And then when you had the pain, which patches did you stack?
I actually went ahead and stacked the Ice Wave.
The tan ice wave and then the white ice wave on top of it?
No, I just did two of the white ones. I left the tan one, but I did two of the white ones.
Okay, so you did the tan ice wave on the
Yes.
pain,
Yes.
and then the two white ice wave.
Yes.
And where did you put those?
This one was specifically for my knee. And so I had the tan on one side, the white one on the other side, and then double stack the white one of it.
Interesting. Okay, that is something that I have never tried, nor have I ever heard. So, two white ISO patches. I've stacked, double Eon. I've stacked X39 and Eon. I've stacked glutathione and carnosine and Eon. So, I've stacked a lot of other patches, but I have never stacked two white and
My
white ice wave.
my knee was just killing me, and somebody said, well, have you ever stacked it? And it's like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And so
Yes.
so we were in Virginia, and I was like, okay. And then within 5 minutes, I stacked the Ice Wave, and my pain was just gone. It to the point where it was really hurting. It was like, I'm gonna have to ice my knee or something. It was just a really bad day for something. Not that I had done anything. We've been traveling. It wasn't like we were out hiking or anything. That
Yeah.
have no idea
That's
what was causing the pain, but it was finally gone.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so great. And I think it goes back to your point about talking about how everybody's body is different. We need to try stuff on our own bodies. We need to move stuff around. We need to try different things to find what's going to work for us best. And so I love that you did that. I was actually just talking to a nurse practitioner the other day, and she has been having her clients stack the X39 or
Oh,
use just two X39 to help with different types of pain. And she's getting great results with her clients. So that was really cool to hear that as well. So yeah, playing around with things, seeing what works. I love that you guys are doing that.
and
So
as strange as it sounds, sometimes it's a matter of, especially on the glutathione, of sometimes it's like I'll like start to put it on my knee and it's like, no, I don't feel it there, and I'll put it somewhere. This is where it needs to go today. And it's just kind of weird. And again, everybody's different. Things my whole entire life have affected me different. Like if you take, they tell you to take Benadryl or something like that, it doesn't necessarily knock me out. It actually does the opposite for me. So with these patches, I've just been experimenting and seeing. We can patch him and everything's great, but with me, it's just an experiment of where it needs to go, what I need to wear. And again, I like the stacking thing. That was really
yes.
amazing.
That's awesome. And it's so important. It's just such a great lesson that you're talking to all of us about is just we really need to take ownership of our own health and of our own bodies and get to know our bodies and to feel and experience and process what we're feeling. And so I think it's so valuable that you do that. And I think it's important for all of us to learn to do that. So I love that you shared that. So just amazing. I love the more energy, the better help, helping with joint pain, reduced cravings. Oh, and then I also want to just mention how you talked about in the beginning that you didn't feel good at the beginning for a little bit. And that's such an important point for people to understand, this is kind of one of those soapboxes for me, is that we have to value and appreciate and embrace detoxification in our body. It is a natural body process that must work for us to find health and healing in our body. It has to work. We are constantly exposed and bombarded with all kinds of toxins. And so if our body does not have the ability to detoxify, like you were talking about, Heather, even with trauma, all of that gets stuck. And so our body just consumes it and it puts it in places and things just start getting stuck. And so we have to be willing to embrace the detoxification process and allow our body the time that it needs to go through that. And so I'm so thankful and glad that you guys decided to stick with it, because as you can see, you are completely reaping the rewards for being willing to, allow your body to detoxify. The nice thing is with the patches is that you're not stuck. You haven't ingested something. If there's something
Yes.
in detoxification that's becoming too overwhelming, you just take the patch off.
Yes.
You just take it off. It's no
And
big deal.
that's what I do sometimes, especially with that kerosene.
Harnessing.
Harnessing. I don't know why I can't remember that. After so many hours and stuff, and just feeling that, it's like I don't wear that sometimes for the full 12 hours. I have to remove it after 6, 7 hours, just because I know that's what it's doing, what it's supposed to. But it's like, okay, this is as much as I can take today.
Right.
And the
Absolutely.
next time wear it a little bit longer and everything. And the other thing I could say is truly just finding out what works for your body. Is that I cannot wear the Aeon on my spine at all. It just bothers
Interesting.
me.
Mhm.
It kind of makes me itch. It just kind of, I just feel that it's there, even though I don't feel any of the other patches. So I wear that several other places, and it's made a huge difference for me as well.
That's awesome. That's so great. Yeah. So many people, it's easy to just give up when you think, oh, I have this itch or I have this pain or I don't feel anything and these are not working. That is not the case. Sticking with it and allowing your body to go through the natural processes, even if you have to slow down, is so incredibly valuable. So I'm just going to go through real quickly and just explain to everyone a little bit about the technology. Thank you all for sharing with us. And again, Joe, just absolutely phenomenal. You're going to bless so many men's lives because that is a concern for so many men. It's so common today for men to have, issues with their prostate. And obviously, as wives, we're all concerned too because we want your prostates to be healthy. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's so important.
Certainly. My pleasure.
Yes. Absolutely. So this is the technology that we're talking about, this tiny little patch. It is FDA recognized and compliant as a general wellness product. It's a class 1 medical device, completely non-transdermal. Non-transdermal means that there is nothing transferring from this patch into your body. It is actually sealed on both sides with medical grade plastic that has a hypoallergenic adhesive. And most people are used to transdermal patches. So a vitamin patch, a nicotine patch, an estrogen patch, all of those things transfer something from the patch into your body, causing your body to then use and react to that. This works completely different from that. And I'm going to explain that here in a minute. This technology has a 96% effectiveness rate. That's off the chart, like truly amazing. For any company to develop a product, a technology, for it to be 96% effective, for them to have that high of an effectiveness rate for the groups of people that are using it is truly, truly amazing. And so really what we can tell people is that it's always working. Whether you feel it or not, it is always working in your body. For the other 4% that it's not working, you may be missing some vital nutrients in your body. And that's why David Schmidt developed Celergize, which you heard Heather and Joe talk about it. So it helps with balance of zinc and copper in your body because we need the copper. The copper specifically works with the GHK copper peptide, and then magnesium, as well as balanced electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, as well as some amino acids. It's got a great combination of all of those things in there, along with Xanthox, which helps to optimize the use of our own body stem cells. And so this is truly a very unique product as well because it's all combined into one. You can go out on the market today and buy any of those things individually and in some combination forms, but not with all of it combined together. And these are specifically designed to help optimize your patches. So it's not that you have to use Celergize. It's there if you want it. If you're already using an electrolyte and amino acid and you want to switch over to this so that you know that you're going to use the patches, then that's just an easy, switch over from one thing to another of something that you were already using. So this technology is completely affordable. It's really hard to give a great comparison, but really the only one that I can come up with would be like a stem cell injection that are on the market today, which are thousands and thousands of dollars. In a minute, I'm going to explain as to why that's really not even a great comparison, even like a comparison to peptide therapy, which are all more expensive than what this technology is. So especially when you consider the results that you get, the activation of things in your body, that the things that are turned on in your body because of this technology far outweigh any of those types of injections that you can go out there on the market and get today. This is completely patented. We have over 200 patents. There's over 90 clinical studies. It's all very scientifically backed in research. Dr. Laurent Picard, it's been over 50 years that he found GHK copper peptide. And so there's multitudes of research on GHK copper peptide. There is literally no competition. There is nothing on the market that you can go out and get that will compare to this technology. So it's truly one of a kind. And the amazing thing about our company is that we will continue to stay ahead in the regenerative industry for what we are developing. The technology that we even having coming out, that's coming out in waves right now, our water technology that for those of us that don't don't have it yet, we're all super excited and cannot wait. And just even in years in the future, what is projected that David Schmidt is going to be bringing to us and to the world for people to have access to is truly going to be phenomenal. And so if you haven't started with patches yet, you want to get started and you want to just keep on this ride with David Schmidt, like all of us are, and keep using the technology that he's coming out with. Look at the research. It is bar none amazing. How does this patch technology work? So this tiny little patch works through a process called photobiomodulation. That's just a big word for light making change in the body. You all already understand what this is because every time you step out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it then tells your body to make vitamin D. It's not that you get vitamin D from the sun, it's that it's already in your body and your body then says, go get to work, start creating, start generating. It's that light switch that says, time for the body, for the vitamin D in the body to work right. That's what this technology does. It's like the light switch that turns on the electricity in our body that tells GHK copper peptide to get up and running and get generating and doing what it was already supposed to be doing in the body. The problem is that as we age, GHK copper peptide no longer works optimally anymore. So by the time we are 30, it is only working at about 50%. And then by the time we're 60, it's only working at about 10%. So you can see and feel between 30 and 60, all the aches, pains, illness, disease, all of the things that starts to set in is because there's things in our body that aren't working right anymore. So, and that's one of those things is GHK copper peptide. Now, the amazing thing about this peptide is all of the things that it does in the body. It is truly considered the fountain of youth. Again, over 50 years of research on GHK copper peptide. So one of the things it does is helps to activate regenerative cells, which can go anywhere, do anything, become anything in our body and use it as our body needs to. So Joe needed it for his prostate. They needed it for their energy. They needed it for joint pain. So all of these things are happening deemed by what their body needs. Their body's getting to decide. This is all about our body working the way that it was designed to. The second thing is your cardiovascular system. Truly remarkable, helping to support your heart, the lining of your blood vessels, the blood vessels across the board. This is a very common thing where I see people having phenomenal heart results. Again, numbers showing improvement, just like with what Joe is seeing in his prostate. Collagen support. Most people think collagen is just hair, skin, and nails. It's not. It is literally the glue that holds our body together. So the lining of our organs, the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, everything is made up of collagen. So if you can turn back on that collagen along with those regenerative cells, it's one of the reasons that this dynamic combination does so many different things in the body. And we have full body vitality and support by using this technology. Also supports our brain. So just like Joe was talking about, he's thinking clearer. He is more alert. He's more focused. That's something that it just helps clear out the cobwebs. We don't know why. It's just one of the things that GHK copper peptide does. And for a lot of people, they have great benefit. If that was the only one thing that I got out of this technology, it would have been far worth it for me to never stop using it. Truly phenomenal to have that brain fog gone, the clearer thinking come back, and your immune system. We all want better immune system support. And so it's so valuable for us, for everything that we're exposed to have our immune system supported, our ability to detoxify, work properly, all of those things working together. And that's just 5 things that I've talked to you about. If you go and Google GHK copper peptide, you're going to get a very long list. If you go on PubMed, you're going to get pages and pages and pages of information on all the benefits that GHK copper peptide does in the body. And so that's why I say there's no comparison. Like this is the closest that I can come to, but there is literally no comparison of what this technology does. And there's nowhere else you can get it. And so truly, and always hydration, just know for anything for health, hydration is key. It's important that you drink a lot of water. Like Heather and Joe were talking about, add your Celergize to it in the morning. They love it and use it, and just helps us start off that hydration right away in the morning on the right foot. So People always ask me, how long do I have to use this, Nikki? Where I kind of land is that if you have any kind of issue, this list, ache, pain, illness, disease, medications, whatever it is over here, I need for you to use it 6 to 12 months to get back into the doctor, just like Joe, going back in for his regular checkup with his prostate and see what your test results say. Give it 6 months, give it 12 months, especially if you're like over 60, we really need to go for sure to a year to have those regular test results done so we can see what's showing up in those test results and what you're seeing. Long-term use is definitely the way to go. Your body did not get in this state quickly. And so it's going to take a while for your body to get out of it. So to decide to use this for just 1 month, you are doing yourself a huge disservice to your finances as well as to your health. And so this is an investment that you want to embark upon and say, I'm just going to dive in with both feet. I'm going to see what this can do for me. And we want to have you back on, just like with Joe and Heather. Joe and Heather, we want you to come back on and in another 6 months and tell us where you're at then. We want to hear all about how everything is going and how you're feeling. And we want anyone else that wants to come on and share their story with us. We just know that you are going to bless so many people with your story, just like Joe and Heather telling their story tonight will bless so many people as well. So is there anything else you guys want to add tonight, Joe and Heather?
Anything?
No, I highly recommend this. This is really sort of the first kind of, I guess you might call like unconventional medicine that I've tried ever my whole life, and very impressed with it.
Awesome. That's amazing. Like Heather said, you're a fantastic sport. We all want husbands like Joe that we can just take them something and say, here, we want you to take this and you're just going to do it. So we love that, Joe. That's awesome.
The main thing is he knows it's making him feel better, and it's one of the things we didn't talk about is this is our second marriage. So my whole purpose behind this is to keep him here for as long as I can keep him. I just found him. So there's, I've got some motivation in the back of the reason why I want him to be healthier.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And that's what I love too, is that there will be a patch on my body until Jesus comes back to get us. And I believe that what this technology and what David Schmidt has designed it for, and he talks about it all the time, is that we can live as many years as the Lord wants to give us here on this earth, that we can live those years optimally and to the best and highest vitality. And so that's what he's designing technology for. And so I don't know about you, but sign me up for that. Like, let's go, David Schmidt. I'm on your team. Let's see where we can go and where we can take this.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you guys again so much. Please get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. Tell them that you are ready to get started on this technology. Don't wait. Let's see what it's going to do for you. Let's see what your investment in your health is going to make a difference in how you live out every day. And so with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a good evening. Thanks so much, Heather and Joe.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Good night. God bless. Thank you, guys.